Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Prospector Cash live stream today. Today, I'm just going to kind of leave it as an open session. We've got a few people on here already. We got NC Relic Hunter, 79 Custom Jigs, who's a good friend of mine, David Montgomery. And David and I went to the Central Texas Treasure Club's annual hunt in Brownwood, Texas, on Saturday, and we had a good time. We didn't do great. We didn't find any tokens, but I will show you what we found here. We found I got this is my finds. I didn't have David's finds on here, but you see, I found 12 dimes, 3/2, a silver quarter, some V nickels and buffalo nickels. But the cool thing is, we had a total eclipse across Texas, and you could actually see it really good. So we had this total eclipse going, and that was kind of fun. But that was David and I had a good time doing that, and hopefully we can go to more of those. Coming up, we have the Austin metal detecting hunt that's coming up, and that's going to be a pretty good hunt. That's coming up November 11th, and that's also the Texas state hunt that's going to be going on there. Uh, well, hello, Southern Relic Adventures. How are you tonight? See that you're on here. We've got a few other people on here. Michael's on here from NC Relic Hunters. We got 79 Custom Jigs, which is David. He's on here. And hopefully we'll get a few more coming soon. And like I said, we were just going over what we had found at a hunt and our solar eclipse we had during the hunt. So there's a picture of the solar eclipse, and there's what we had at the hunt going on. And so this is what I found there, Southern Relic Adventures, so you know. And we're talking about the Austin and Texas hunt coming up November 11th. We're hoping to go to that, and I've already signed up, and I think David is. Tomorrow, David and I are going to go do some diving at a local river. And you see me swatting flies. I got a fly in here; it's killing me. We're going to a local river swimming hole tomorrow morning early, and I've been sorry about the mess in the room, but I've been packing to go to this hunt tomorrow. And we're going to do some diving in the river, and I'll have that video up shortly, and also have a video from the hunt there we did in Brownwood. We'll have that video up soon. Um, we we usually do a lot better. Hi there, Mr. Gary. How are you doing? Gary Bunyard's on here. He's our club president at Highland Lakes Metal Detecting Club here in Kingsland. And anyway, uh, he's a great guy, good hunter. He hunts with XP Deus too, and I like Gary a lot, and he does a lot for our club and community. I'm going to share something with you. David and I were working on some new bone conducting headphones. We're actually going to be testing them in the river. I, right now, you can get the XP Deus bone conducting headphones, but they don't make them for other metal detectors like the Nocta Legend or Mind Lab doesn't have bone conducting headphones. We are actually working on waterproof bone conducting headphones, just like you see on the XP Deus 2. And I love those headphones. That's something that I think would go over real well. And we're going to be building those, David and I, once we test them out and make sure they work on the various detectors. And we're going to be I don't know, maybe selling those on eBay or something. I don't know, but I think there's a market for them until the other manufacturers come out with their own bone conducting headphones. So that's something that David and I have been working on quite a bit, and I really think that'll go over real well for everybody. Uh, Southern Relic Adventure says nice coins. Thank you. We David found some too, and Those were just the ones I found. I didn't find any tokens there, those Southern Relic Adventures. And obviously, when you go to a hunt like that, you want to find a lot of tokens. I found more coins than most anybody I saw, but none of them were tokens. One lady found 3 coins, and one of them was a token, and one guy found 6 tokens. So I guess it's just wherever you sweep the coil. And I didn't, it just seeded hunt, and I didn't find any tokens to win a metal detector, but I did find a lot of coins. Um, and yes, NC Relic Hunter, we're going to have a good time tomorrow. David and I always have a great time when we're out hunting. Um, one of the things that I talk about on a lot on my station is I talk a lot of times about underwater hunting and things like that. And you'll see over here, I've got my blue 3 bag that I'm packing right now. And I'll just show you my metal detector real quick. This is all folded up, but it's ready to go. I'm using the RC Diggs holder on a short arm of this metal detector. And, obviously it stretches out. But I like these short arms that they have for the XP Deus because I can run the wire. I don't like the little rubber band, so I'll put tie wraps on here. Zip ties to hold down the antenna, run it up through the shaft, comes out, goes into the bottom of this RC Diggs unit, and then sets on the top. And these screws just hold the antenna in place. No more fumbling with antennas. So I really like setting my detector up like that. As you can see, I've already got the bone conducting headphones on this one. I cut my bone conducted headphones in half, and basically, they just slip over my ear like so, and then I put a wetsuit hood on top of that, and that's how I use this unit underwater. It's the way I found the most comfortable, seems to work the best, uh, and also David was wondering about the MI6 pinpointer we're giving away. Right here, this is a brand new XP MI6 pinpointer. If you go to my giveaway, you subscribe to my channel and enter the keyword on the giveaway video. It's right on the front page of my channel. We're giving away an XP MI6 pinpointer, and that's going to be coming up right around Christmas time, December 15th, I believe, is when we're going to sell that. And since we're talking about pinpointers, uh, I'm going to talk about the Nocta pinpointer they just come out with. David has been a beta tester for the Nocta, and I got another friend of mine that's a beta tester for it as well. And he was sent the unit that is doesn't have any bugs. David apparently was sent a unit that there's a problem in the actual design of this beta unit, and they're going to actually send him another updated unit and let him keep the one that has the bugs in it. But 2 days ago, Nocta come out with a new update for that unit that's supposed to help it pair better with the headphones. The Nocta does not pair with the control box. It pairs with the headphones on the Nocta pinpointer. So one of the issues they had with the software they put out for that originally was when you paired the pinpointer to the headphones would no longer pair with the control box. So they've got a software fix they released 2 days for that, 2 days ago for that, and that's going to be really really good for it. I guess Nocta is really getting ready to release this pinpointer, and they're getting it out to everybody. And NC Relic Hunter says, nice compact setup for diving. Yeah, that's the way I like it. I don't like a lot of stuff. That's the reason I use a Blue 3 for diving, because usually the coins and jewelry are lost in less than 10 foot of water. and I don't feel like putting tanks and all that stuff on. You do have to wear a weight belt to keep yourself anchored, but I like to have as little on as possible underwater, and makes it a lot easier to treasure hunt. David says, no new unit. I can update my pinpointer. Okay. Well, apparently you got the same unit that the friend of mine up there, Johnny, got. He got a unit that he could update. He said some of the first ones were sent out and they had an issue with them, and they fixed the issue. I think it was a problem with the O-ring, and the setup would leak water into them, and they wouldn't work good underwater. So they did an update on that, and hopefully they fix that problem. I think they some of the ones they sent out to beta testers were the new units that can be updated. But I think Nocta is a good company. Talking about detectors, obviously I use the XP Deus 2, and with a 5-year warranty, the detector can be used for relics, can be used for prospecting, can be used underwater, can be used for coin hunting. I used it at a seeded hunt, worked great. Um, so, I'm a little biased. I think that there's no other detector on the market that you can get that's underwater capable with a 5-year warranty and able to do all of that stuff. Um, anyway, that's my opinion on that. But if I was in the market for a detector right now, and had less than $600 or $700 to spend for a detector, the Deus 2 is real spendy, is $1,400 for a detector. But if I had $700, I think my next choice for a detector would be the Nocta, uh, over the Mine Labs. And it's no knock on Mine Labs. It's just that, over the years, Mine Lab for us water hunters have had issues with leaking. And, it's like it took them forever, and the 800 still leaking. I still have people that are getting new units from the 800, and they're leaking straight from the factory. So, until we get more people out there using the 900 and the Manicore, that proves it's not a leaky unit. I mean, when I'm talking about diving with the thing, it's completely submerged for hours and hours. That's what I talk about when I say leaking. Uh, David says he's going to be testing the testing the Nocta pinpointer tomorrow when we go out hunting. So that's uh, going to be a good thing. Another thing on Saturday, in NC Relic Hunter and uh, Southern Relic Adventures appreciate this. We are going to be in Texas. An 1800s house is hard to find. I mean, there's not a lot of them. We found a house that's dated back to 1836 on 120 acres, and we have secured permission to go hunt this place, and I'm really excited about it. I'm sure we'll have a lot of relics. We'll have a lot of stuff there. This house belonged to, uh, was originally built by a Confederate War colonel, and anyway, it's been in this guy's family for 7 generations. So it's been passed down, and they've kept it in the family. So that's going to be an exciting hunt. I believe we'll have a lot of fun on that hunt as well, and we're going to be doing that. I didn't want to I mean, I could have just saved this for just me and David, but our club is growing. We have a lot of new people. So actually, I got permission for our metal detecting club at Highland Lakes Metal Detecting to be able to go out and hunt this property. And I hope everybody in our club appreciates that, because it's really hard to get something that old to hunt. And anyway, that we went out and did some gold prospecting on this property too. It has a river that runs through there that's known to contain gold. So we, we went in there and uh, did a little sluicing and a little panning, found a little bit of gold, not much there. Most of the gold runs into that river in a creek that's downstream from there, but uh, that's uh, that's something I enjoy doing too, is prospecting. And this guy wanted to learn how to prospect, and that's how we met him. As he contacted me through my website at tomashworth.com and asked me to come show him how to prospect. And of course, I want to do that, especially when I can meet somebody that owns the property. And he was so excited. Now he's wanting to learn how to metal detect. So we got maybe have a new metal detector in here. Gary says that is the truth. Yeah, about the old prospecting house. That's, I mean, that thing is going to be so much fun, Gary. I think everybody's going to have a blast doing that. And, we're just kind of sitting back waiting for that to happen Saturday. And I think that we're going to all have a good time. Another thing that I found out too is that they're just now shipping and getting in stock the pinpointer that Mind Lab's making, and I think to be honest with you, I think what happened is Mind Lab heard about the Nocta pinpointer, so they kind of rushed getting this pinpointer to market, and they didn't have the production capabilities to get it out to people as quick uh, because they weren't expecting to release a new pinpointer this quick. That's my feeling. It may or may not be true, but that's seems like what's going on. The dealers are in line, and there's back orders on that. And they did the same thing with the Manicore back orders, and the 900 was back order for a long time. So um, Mind Lab seems to announce things way before they have them in stock. So that's something that I found out about Mind Lab. Um, but they make good detectors. A lot of people like the Manicore and stuff. But for what I do, like I said, I believe the XP Deus 2 is the way to go hunting. Um, so David asked on here, who's going to be the guest speaker at this month's meeting. Okay, we got a guy from England. It's been hunting from England. His name's Scott Wilkins. He has a channel um, on there that's strictly about rock hunting. He doesn't talk much about his England hunting, but he goes to England every year, once a year, and he hunts basically ground that he was given over in England. And I mean, acres and acres. He's in a club that that secured permission over in England to hunt. And this guy has gold coins from 3 BC that he's found. And I think that you know, if I don't know, the oldest coin I've ever found is from the 1530s, and those were Spanish reals here off the coast of Texas, off a shipwreck that I was diving. So, um, finding something 3 BC, it's almost 1700 years earlier than my coin and coins. I found 96 of those Spanish reals, but I don't know what I would do if I found something that old. But I'm looking forward to hearing Scott Wilkins' presentation on those old coins. He's got a lot of Romans, a lot of hammered coins. He's got a lot of relics and stuff like that he found. He's even found him and his partner found a gold ring over there, uh, dating back, to 5 AD or something. I mean, just insanely old stuff that he's found. So I think that's going to be an interesting presentation that we have at our meeting this month. And I was going to mention too that yeah, I agree with you, and see Relic Hunter. I think that's true about Mind Lab. And I think that we're gonna have a lot more going on in the future, because I think it's getting cool enough here in Texas that not only can we water hunt, but we can also land hunt some. Um, there's a water all around my house. I live in the Highland Lakes area of Texas, so there's lakes everywhere around here, and people lose a lot of stuff in the water, and that's the reason I run my lost jewelry recovery out of here. But and people call me all the time losing cell phones and jewelry and all kinds of stuff, and um, and everything. I see Gary's talking about, he says he's interested in seeing what the rules are in England on being able to keep those coins. And I'll give you a brief rundown on that, Gary. What what they do is you turn all your coins into uh, someone that goes over and looks for the historical value of the coin, and if it needs to go into a museum or something, and if they determine that it needs to go into a museum, they uh, have it appraised at fair market value, and they give you half the value of that coin. If it's something like a stamp coin or a gold coin that they already have in the museum, they'll just automatically uh, let you keep that coin, but you have to pay the taxes on the value of that coin. And so it's not as straightforward, and this process can take up to a year. So if you find something this year, you may not get it until next year. So uh, and that's the laws in England and what they have going on, and that's been that way for years. They didn't want people to take historical artifacts from the country, so you have to have a person look at what you have before you try to bring it back. And if you get caught getting on an airplane and they inspect your luggage or whatever, and you have one of these coins or something that you didn't turn in, then you can be in trouble. I don't know what the trouble is, but you can be in trouble and stuff that. But they do mail the coins to you or whatever you found. They'll mail it to you after they determine it's not historical significance. And yeah, NC Relic Hunter, that is old. I mean, I know you guys hunt Civil War stuff and Confederate stuff and do that stuff, and I'd love to do that. I mean, you guys could probably find this stuff back in the late 1600s, maybe even all the way back to the 1500s. But uh, finding stuff in England is just insane. Those guys just have uh, so much stuff over there, so much history, and it's never hunted out because they till these fields that you hunt every year. And when they till them and to plant the crops, and after they cut down the crops, it brings new stuff up to the surface every single year. And you're talking acres and acres and acres. From what I understand, Scott was telling me that they have, something like 30,000 acres that the club has gained permission to hunt. So I don't think you could uh, I don't think you could hunt that in a lifetime. I mean, basically, if you're just sweeping and covering every inch, we could maybe cover 100 square yards if you're good, and that's not even scratching the surface of how much you can hunt over there. And yet, David, that the hunt in Round Rock is November 11th, and it is the Texas um, Association of Metal Detecting Clubs, and it's the Austin Metal Detecting Club going together, and they're going to have two big hunts. The Texas hunt is going to be one for tokens, and they're going to give away metal detectors and stuff like that. And the Austin hunt is going to be, also tokens and silver uh, coins and stuff. So those should be really good hunts, and I'm looking forward to going to those. Um, but anyway, Southern Relic Adventures. I know you guys were going to go out on a hunt and stuff. Other day when we were on your channel and you were talking so much about the backpack, and yeah, I have my backpack. I'm gonna show it to you. So there's my backpack. I'm getting it ready. I'm getting it ready to go out hunting, but There's my backpack. I use a 280 like everybody was talking about. It's a great backpack. I've used it for about a year now, and you can get a couple metal detectors in there, and really is a nice place to store all your gear. I can get uh, I can get two metal detectors in there. So when we went to the hunt up there in Brownwood, I had two metal detectors. As one is a backup, and I used the WS6 unit on a wristwatch as my main unit, um, and that made it really light, so I could hunt really fast. But I also had the other unit on there hooked up to the 9-inch coil as a backup in case something went wrong with that detector or battery went dead or something. So the good thing about the XP AS2, if you buy the full unit, if you buy a secondary coil with it, you can end up with two metal detectors. And I just think that's fantastic, man. So really $1,400 and then another couple $100 for a coil. 1,600 divided by two is 800. That makes me think that the XP DS2 is in the is right along in line with the MindLab 900. And like I said, the Expedius 2, you can dive with it down to 66 feet. In the Mine Lab, you can go down about 15 feet, I think is the limit on that. But yeah, I was going to ask Southern Relic Adventures if he got out and they hunted, he's got a relic program. They're using him and Michael, NC Relic Hunter, go out all the time hunting, and they find a lot of cool stuff. I really love the stuff they find. It's just awesome. Um, Gary says that reminds me needs a charges detector. Catch me later. Okay, Gary. Gary does a lot of work, volunteer work with animals and stuff like that. Uh, so he's quite a busy guy. Not only he's the president of our club, he's a busy guy. NC Relic Hunter says, love that backpack. It holds all my detecting stuff. Yeah, I did a video when I first got mine, and it's kind of a funny video because I was just learning how to make videos. But you go back and look at all the stuff I crammed into that bag. You will not believe it. I mean, I took it all out and laid it out, uh, and it was just amazing. All of the stuff that I found. Uh, in that bag. I said a lot of the stuff I didn't even know was in there. My wife packed the bag for me. So there was a lot of stuff in there I didn't even know was in there. And Gary says that one of his volunteers is Hill Country Cats for stranded cats and stuff. So that's a good organization here in the Hill Country. Earl, welcome to the channel. Uh, he says, Tom, there's a possible metal detecting event in March of next year. So yeah, I think we're trying to get a hunt put together at our club, but it's kind of like hard to get everybody together all at once. I mean, the thing I'm finding out about clubs, especially metal detecting club, is getting everybody to agree to do stuff, and then finding people that were willing to volunteer. It ends up being one or two people or three, four people that tops that actually want to help out in the club. So that's kind of a thing with any club putting stuff together. I don't know how Austin does it. They have great hunts every year, and they seem to get a lot of volunteers. But a lot of other clubs I've been to, getting somebody to volunteer is really hard. David says, where did you get the backpack from? Well, David, I got the backpack by winning it. I won it in a hunt when I first got the DS2. I went to a seated hunt, got the token, and won the backpack in the hunt. So I think um, probably NC Relic Hunter and Southern Relic Adventures can give me the latest price on the thing, but I think it's around $150 is what that backpack costs. I'm not sure. I think it's 149 bucks, but maybe one of those guys can chime in and let us know what they cost. But you can buy them on Amazon. You can buy them from dealers. Excuse me. You can buy them from all kinds of dealers around, and I mean, uh, everybody from Kelly Co on down sells the backpack, so you can buy them from anybody. By the way, guys, Earl, if you guys don't know, Earl is kind of a pretty famous guy here in the Hill Country. He helped get the mining museum started in Llano, Texas, and that museum is a great museum. If you guys are ever down this way and want to see some good artifacts, that's good, and learn about the mining history in Llano. That's a good thing to go see. Earl knows a lot about the geology of the area and the mining in the area, and kind of my go-to guy to pick his brain every now and again on things like that. And him and I have been around the block a few times, and we really love throwing ideas off each other. So, uh, that would be uh, a great thing if you guys wanted to see that museum. It's really good. They also got a railroad museum in Llano, and Llano's just a little dinky town, and they've got all these museums and stuff because they've got so much history. And that's where we're going to be going to hunt that 1836 home, is up in the Llano area because of the history in that area. There is so much history in the Llano area, and if you guys are ever in Texas, Llano would be a great spot to go relic hunting and door knocking, because all of the houses there in Llano are pretty old, and there's a bunch of places. I have more places to go than I have time to hunt them. I never ever run out of places to hunt, and I always laugh when new people are getting into this. They always say, "Where can you go hunt?" And I'll rattle off a list of places, and they go, "Wow, you must know a lot of places." And if they only knew, that's only like a fraction of the places I know where we can go hunt. So, as you do this a lot longer, you'll end up with leads, you'll end up with permissions, you'll end up with a lot of stuff. And I do a lot of research too. I research, look at old maps, I look at old property plats, I date, go to the county assessor's office and look up deed histories and stuff like that on properties a lot of times. And those are all things that I believe that everybody should do if you're into hunting. Is start with an old map, find a house. I use Gaia GPS. They have old maps dating back to the 1900s. There is a lot of other sites that have that. Historicalaerials.com. That's a good site to go look if you're going to do some research on properties. I use that a lot. You can get aerial photographs. I think the oldest aerial photograph I've seen is 1949, and how they got that, I don't know, because they didn't have a lot of planes back in 1949. But I seen one place that had aerial photographs back in 1949. But they do have a lot of old photographs in the 60s and stuff like that that are aerial photographs if you're researching an area. Um, and see, Relic Hunter replied back, yes, it's around 150 bucks. And oh, yeah, I forgot. Southern Relic Adventures has an Amazon store, and he has them on his Amazon store. And if you guys aren't subscribers to Southern Relic Adventures channel and stuff, you guys should go over there and subscribe to his channel. The guy does a lot for metal detecting community. He has a great live chat. He usually does every Friday night, and I go to his chat and support him every way I can. But yeah, he's a good guy if you're looking for metal detecting stuff. He's got a lot of them in his Amazon store there. So you guys go check that out. Um, Also, I kind of running out of things to say here. But we've been on here about 40 minutes, and I'm trying to um, um, think of things that are latest in the news in metal detecting. I think Southern Relic Adventures is supposed to get one of those new XP extreme coils setups to test out. So I'm looking forward to that. I've used those two box systems in the past. They typically has to be larger than a paint can to find it. Most of the ones I've used, and I remember back using one in 1982. It was a Fisher Gemini. They had the Gemini 1, 2, and 3 come out, but it's a Fisher Gemini. And that Fisher Gemini unit, we were up in Tin Cup, Colorado, and we were looking for a cache of coins up there that we had a lead on. And we were walking around this old ghost town in Tin Cup, Colorado, and it is a ghost town. There's no permanent residents there. There people have summer homes there, but it is a old mining ghost town. And we got this great signal, and we started digging, and we kept digging, and we kept digging, and we got down almost 6 feet, and we hit the top of an old Model T engine that was buried and it looked like it was buried in like a landslide that they had probably had when the snow melted up there. But so that's my experience with an extreme hunter. I didn't have a lot of good luck with those. It's kind of like my first experience when I was metal detecting using a mine lab detector, detecting for gold. I chipped away at a crack and crevice in bedrock one time, and it was hard chipping the rock away. I had this great signal. I just knew it was going to be a big gold nugget. And it turned out to be a railroad spike that had washed down the river and fell down in this crack. And I don't know how it got in there because the crack was only about a quarter inch wide at the top, but there was a railroad spike in this crack along bedrock. That was my first big find with a mine lab a gold prospecting machine. And since then, I've used them and found gold. So they are great machines, but you just got to know the sounds and what you're looking for. Today, I wouldn't dig something like that because I've got experience using them. So that's that's just a thing you have to learn. You have to learn how to use your detector. I remember I found all those coins when I went to this hunt, and a lot of other people were only finding 3 and 4 coins. Well, I had to remember that when I first started, uh, I found 3 coins. I mean, that's when I went to my first seeded hunt. So over the years, I've learned how to use my detectors better. I've learned how to adjust them for seeded hunts, and it's, you know, it's, um, it's like one of those things you have to learn over years. You have to learn what you're looking for, and that's just one of the things that you learn in metal detecting. You learn how to adjust your detector for whatever you're looking for. And Southern Relic Adventures got a great relic program. I've tried it out. Works good on relics for the XP Deus too. My setup on my detector for underwater hunting is based on the a sensitive FT program. Basic settings are I'm running full tones. I'm running 2.5 reactivity. I'm running uh, around 95 sensitivity underwater. I pretty much underwater, I'm digging everything 35 and higher because that's where gold comes in. So, I'm running no notches, I do an offset of 10 since it's sensitive full tones. Gives me a little bit better separation than iron and stuff. Um, so there's just learn how to use your detector, and for whatever you're looking for. When we went to the hunt there in Brownwood for when I do hunts, I go to mono and I set my detector right around 8 kilohertz. And that's because I know I'm looking for silver coins. Mono seems to be a little faster than, the multi-frequency. So I set my detector up to notch out everything that's not a silver coin or nickel, and I go for it at that point. Um, NC Relic Hunter says, "Yeah, hopefully I'll see the Extreme Hunter in the U.S. soon." I do too. I'd like to see how that works. I mean, if it can actually find stuff that's smaller, that are outside the range of a normal detector, like a cannonball or something like that, that's a foot or two deep, that a normal detector won't pick up. That would be a good thing. I mean, you could find some cool relics and stuff with that machine. Also be good for finding old privies, and that, and when you know that there was a house there and people used to throw stuff in the privy. So go to out, you can find old outhouses that way, and it's great for bottle dumps and stuff like that. So I think there's a lot of uses for that stream hunter. Like I said, is it something I would use? Probably not. I don't have the energy to dig at my age, so I probably wouldn't use something like that. But I can see the usage. When I was younger, I would have been after something like that. I think it would have been a great thing. If anybody don't have anything else on here, I'm gonna get off. We've been on here 47 minutes, and uh, yeah, Southern Relic Adventures. Like I said, I always love your channel, and appreciate you guys coming on here a lot. I mean, you don't know how much that means to me. Appreciate it. Um, anyway, I'm gonna get off here. We've been on here about 47 minutes. As you can see, I've got stuff strewn out all over my room here, and I've got to get packed so that David and I can go out hunting early. We're gonna leave around 7:30 in the morning from his house, and it takes us a couple hours to get there, and we're gonna spend all day hunting in the water. So I got to get packed and make sure I don't forget nothing. Last time we got down there, I had to dive without a wetsuit, and I like to froze to death. So because I forgot to pack my wetsuit, so I'm uh, I'm on be sure to pack everything this time. I've got a list. And anyway, thank you, Southern Relic Adventures. Appreciate it. And looks like you got a new subscriber. And also, David said he's going to go over on your Amazon store over here and check that out too. So I think right here he said something about checking your Amazon store. Yeah. So looks like you got you a new subscriber and everything off this thing. Anyway, appreciate it, NC Relic Hunter, and we'll see you guys next Wednesday night. Come back, and we'll just try to chat about stuff. I love talking about metal detecting, and I just love just everything. I'm gonna also have David on here sometime soon. He's my buddy, and we're gonna kind of have a chat back and forth, and hopefully you guys can join in with that. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week. Talk to you later.